Your love, it never fails, it never ends. Your love, it never quits, it never stops chasing my soul.
So I thought the best place to start would be here in my office. I know it's perhaps not the most exciting place, but a lot of work and a lot of time is spent in this room and sat at this desk here at the computer, answering emails and planning. In fact, the next time you see me on a Zoom meeting, I probably will be sat right here at this desk behind a camera on that computer. And this space, this office, which is inside Princess Drive Baptist Church, serves as like my base of operations for the two roles that I have. So the first role is as assistant minister. So one of the things that I do frequently as the assistant minister is I teach the young people. So here we are actually in the Youth Connect classroom upstairs inside Princess Drive. And so we call it Youth Connect. It's kind of like, I guess you would say, the youth Sunday school in a way. But this is where we have our Sunday morning lessons, and you can see from the board here, this last Sunday we were learning about what does it mean to glorify God. So here we are at the front of the church in Princess Drive, and this is where I preach and speak regularly here. And I've also, as you get involved with a lot of things when you're the minister, from putting in a projector to hanging up the posters to playing the drums. But I'd like to take a moment and tell you a little bit more about my role as the center director for Colwyn Youth for Christ. So let's take a trip to some various locations where projects are going on. Here we are at number 20, and as you can see, it's a great space. We've got those lovely chairs and TVs, and this space is going to be home for the next project, living room. Now it's called that because the space, well, it very much represents and it resembles a living room in many ways. But also, it's at this place that we're wanting to take young people deeper in their faith and introduce them to Christ, and specifically finding life in Christ, finding that abundant life like John 10 tells us about. So we're really excited about living room. Let me show you another space upstairs. This is another great space. You can see it's currently being used as a bit of a creative prayer space. And I can see us using it as that as well for living room, but also as a place for further discussion and questions and answers. And so really excited about this kind of space that we have available.
You're never giving up, you're never giving up, you're never giving up on me. Never giving up, never giving up, never giving up on me.
Right, so here we are at Area Skate Park, and I'm really excited to show you this place because one of the things that we have in mind is a project starting this summer. And at the moment, we're thinking that this project, we might call it Skate Church. We're not sure, it's kind of a working title. But if you can imagine, in the summer, this place is absolutely packed. I know it looks a bit gray and dreary and empty at the moment because it's February. But in the summer, this place is packed. After school and in the weekends, there might be as many as 50 young people here. And what we can see is we can imagine a trailer coming up down this path here, like a food trailer or a food van. And we would have things like bottles of water and lemonade and packs of crisps, that's chips in America, sorry I keep forgetting to translate, and things like that, or even hot chocolate. So just loads of opportunity to just kind of love on the local kids that come to this skate park, because this place means a lot to them. But that's just kind of like the first part. The part that is just maybe a little bit reaching out there is you might notice that there's some puddles of water and things like that, and that's because this isn't sheltered. And so at this time of year, this park actually doesn't get a whole lot of use. So we're really thinking what might be amazing is, as Colwyn Youth for Christ, we might be able to start trying to fundraise and do a special project where we could actually see a canopy put over this so that this skate park would actually be more or less an all-season skate park. There's loads of stuff, loads of potential here. And so this is just the beginning of what we've been thinking about that God would like to do here through Colwyn Youth for Christ at Area Skate Park. I got my scooter now. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do with that. Thanks. This is the place where Shuffle and Shake takes place. Now, what is Shuffle and Shake? Well, first, it's a project of Colwyn Youth for Christ. It's fantastic. It's been going on for about 2 years, and it's just growing fantastically. In fact, let me just show you a clip from one of the teaching sessions of our last meeting. You can see there's lots of young people gathered together. They're all sat around in the couches there, and they're listening to a skit, actually, that's given. What is Shuffle and Shake? What's the name? It's kind of a funny name. Well, as you can see, we like board games. We find that board games are a great way to build relationships with young people and get to talking with them. So from Monopoly to the Game of Life, which you've probably heard of those, to other things like Machi Koro and Tiny Epic Kingdoms and Code Names and Escape the Curse of the Temple. And we've got all these different games that are just great ways of getting to know young people and kind of breaking that ice. And then, on top of that, milkshakes. And so, Shuffle and Shake, a great way to sit around the table with some young people, have a milkshake, and get to know them and introduce them to Jesus Christ. Well, I know you guys love to hear about ministry and all the various things that are going on, but I'm sure you'd also really love to hear about family life and what's going on and see the kids and see Miriam. And so let's take you guys to the house and we'll have some time chatting with the kids and with Miriam.
You don't stop loving me. I can't stop loving you. You don't stop loving me. I can't stop loving you. Well, you don't stop loving me.
We've got Lydia here. Now, how old are you now, Lydia?
I'm 8 years old.
Are you about to have a birthday?
Yep, on Monday I'm going to be 9.
9 years old. And what kind of things do you like to do now, Lydia?
I like to go swimming.
Mm-hmm.
I like playing piano. I like Lego.
Yeah, Lego's lots of fun.
And also
isn't it?
I love playing video games.
Yeah. Well, Lydia is currently working on a special piece of music for a Welsh competition called the Eisteddfod. So you might hear a little bit of that in just a few minutes. I'm off to our mother and toddler group at church this morning. We have a community toddler group that we run, that I co-run on a Wednesday morning. Amazing opportunity to reach out to some of the local families.
We've got Ethan with us now, and I think, how old are you now, E?
5.
How old was that? 5 years old, my goodness. And nearly 6 though, aren't you? Nearly, like 5.5. So what's that you have in your hand?
Transformer.
A transformer. Is that because you like Transformers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't like Transformers, do you? Nelch bobbeth heb rugnach nach umrissen.
Do everything without grumbling or arguing.
Philippiaid 2:14.
Philippians 2:14.
And tell us a little bit about a house. Do you think, what's going on with that?
Oh yeah, so we're really really excited about the potential to buy a house. We've been renting since we got here in Wales, and we haven't really been in a position where we could buy a house. And then God's just provided this amazing opportunity. There's a brand new house being built just around the corner from us.
How often are houses built in Britain?
Not very often. Actually, for a brand new housing estate to be built in this area is a miracle in itself. But they use some farmland that's just close to where we live now, so it's a great location. It's right in the middle of where we are ministering here in Colwyn Bay. Close access to the school for the children. So it's just amazing opportunity, actually. Just see how God pieces these things together and has provided so just amazingly for our family.
Well, it's been really exciting to share with you all the different aspects of life and ministry and the updates and what God is doing. It's just so exciting. But I want to just stop and say thank you. Thank you for being partners with us and for loving us and supporting us all along the way. It really does mean a lot. And so may you be blessed today. May you know God's love. And thank you for your support. Until next time.
Your love, it never fails, it never ends. Your love, it never quits, it never stops chasing my soul.